What's happening, guys? This is James Blonde here with a first look at Arena of Heroes, a unique cross between a turn-based strategy game and a battle arena with lanes, towers, and minions. Now, the game is currently in closed beta and it's published by Sneaky Games, and they just released a new patch adding several new features. So I figured it was a great opportunity to check the game out, and so here we go. So the game starts out in the arena with each player getting 4 heroes to control. Each of the heroes has unique attributes and skills and can be just as complex as champions in any other battle arena type game like League of Legends, Dota 2, or Smite. Well, as of right now, champions don't have passives, probably due to the fact that the game is turn-based, but the skills should become pretty easy to understand once you become familiar with the hero. The beginning of each round starts with the deployment process, where you move your heroes into position. Here you want to do this quick because whichever player does this faster gets to start their turn first. In between each of the players' turn, minions take their turn. Now, minions play the same part in this game as they do in others, in that it's best if you know where your minions are at all times, so that they take damage from the enemy minions and towers instead of your heroes taking the damage. Plus, killing minions grants you XP to level up your heroes, and of course, killing enemy heroes gives you a lot more XP. Once it's your turn, you have 2 minutes to move or attack with each of your heroes. Keep in mind the game is in early stages of beta, so little details may change. Try not to focus on damage amounts and time frames. Just a day or so ago, the turn timer was actually 3 minutes instead of 2. So these are the heroes you can choose from in the current state of the game. I've only played about 3 matches or so, and so far these are the heroes that I like the most, and I feel that it's a nice, well-rounded set of heroes. I start out with the Tempest. Overall, he's pretty tanky. Even though it doesn't really display HP amounts, I think it's safe to say that the tanky ones are the larger heroes. Tempest has a cool ability that pulls enemies towards him, setting your other heroes up to deal their damage. This works really well with characters that do AoE damage, and he's also able to slightly heal other ally heroes, so if you're not quite ready to equip a full-on healing hero, then he does the trick. Everon is a very useful mage that comes in handy in conjunction with Tempest. He's pretty OP, I've got to be honest with you. Nearly all his attacks consist of long-lasting AoE damage. As you can see here, you can set down a ring of fire that does immediate damage when killing the minions, and then damage as the enemy heroes try to get away. Carmen is a ranged assassin. Even her basic attack does a pretty decent amount of damage. Her really unique ability is the stim pack that lets her use 2 additional actions. And Lily here is another ranged character that does well on her own in one of the side lanes. So players have action points to move their heroes, just like in many turn-based games, but in order to cast abilities, heroes consume focus, which is used like mana. Specific abilities use a certain amount of focus to cast. You level up your hero, and of course you'll increase their damage and certain focus amounts, maybe reducing the amount of focus needed to cast an ability. Now, it's crazy because at times I want to play the game like I would League of Legends, and at other times I want to play the game more like a turn-based game. So I forget things like I can't turn around and run from the enemy if I make a wrong move, or realizing the minions are going to end up in front of me by the time it's my turn again, keeping me from getting hit by the tower, which, of course is a good thing. The game is set up so that matches take no longer than 30 minutes each. So the towers and the power core, which is the same thing as the Nexus, or whatever you want to refer to it as, only take a couple of hits to destroy. So the skill in the game comes to setting up your heroes perfectly, which I'm not quite able to do yet, but it's kind of coming to me. It's kind of like XCOM crossed with League of Legends, and just because the game is turn-based doesn't mean it's slow-paced. As far as controls go, it's just point and click, which makes it easy for the developers to port the game over to iPhone and iPad to make the game available cross-platform, so you can definitely play from the iPad to PC and vice versa. With the latest patch, the developers introduced asynchronous matches, so you can go in, make your move, and come back later. The matches that I'm playing right here are currently live matches, so you make your turn, the minion's turn, and then it's the enemy's turn, minion's turn, and then your turn again. There is currently a player leveling system in the game, but as of right now I believe the only thing it is used for is player matchmaking. So what you see going on here is towards the end of the match my opponent is completely dominating me, but after your heroes die they respawn again after a couple of turns or rounds depending on the level of your heroes. He just so happened to be right where I respawned, so I can probably take out most of these heroes with my lower level heroes, but unfortunately he only really needs 1 hero to kill the power core in this case. Well, you win some, you lose some. The cool thing is that I can now continue my asynchronous matches that I had already had going. You can have quite a few of them going at one time, but if you want to start a live game and invite friends, you can also do that. Pretty easy to do. I guess later on they're actually going to have ranked matches as well. The shop in the game is set up a lot like League of Legends, where you buy gems with real money, you can use those gems to either unlock the heroes, or you can use the in-game currency to unlock heroes as well. Now, the only available upgrades that actually cost real money are the skins. Of course, if you're wanting to make your hero look different, then each one of the current heroes has new skins you can purchase, only with gems, of course. Well, anyway guys, that's our brief look at Arena of Heroes. Hope you liked the video. Overall, the game is fun. I can definitely see it as being a nice gameplay tactics strategy guide for other Battle Arena games like League of Legends. And it'll be really nice to start an asynchronous game on the PC and being able to finish it up on the iPad. That's pretty awesome. I love cross-platform compatibility. The game does have a couple of bugs and some possible balance issues, but like I said, it's in early development and the dev team are making changes on it daily. The game is currently available for PC or Mac and will be in open beta any day now. I'm not quite sure when the iOS version will be available, but until then, if you're looking for more information or even hero guides about Arena of Heroes, check the description below for the link to the MMOHut game profile. Thanks for watching. Until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.